I keep hearing about this Tarkov mode in the next Call of Duty. I really want to know how far they'll take this mode, because in my mind, Tarkov is a pretty detailed and hefty game in its own right. Will they actually be able to balance a story mode, the DMZ, Warzone, and multiplayer? That's a lot for one game to be doing. I feel like this DMZ is just them dipping their toes in the water, similar to what the Hazard Zone is in 2042. My first thought is always, how far are they willing to take this? Can it sustain a mode all of its own? The Hazard Zone was a bit of a flop, but right now I'm going to speculate how I think Call of Duty is going to be handling this mode. I could be completely wrong, but I just want to talk about how I think it might play out. Before I keep going, I just wanted to say thanks for getting me to 100 subs. I'm extremely thankful for this. It's 1/5 of my goal for the year, and if you're liking the channel, don't forget to sub and let me know what you're liking in the comments. So first of all, I don't think it's going to be as hardcore as Tarkov. The stash and menus is something I think they'll steer well clear of for console players, as they're a major part of the franchise's player base. The reason I think it wouldn't be as hardcore is because hardcore already exists in Call of Duty. It's presented as the 1 to 2 bullet kills. That's a game mode all of its own. I think the game will either have a time to kill similar to core and multiplayer or Warzone, which I think are a little different because there's a lot more focus on armor plates in Warzone. The armor system will likely be found in raid armor plates that you'll simply use the same way Warzone does. I don't imagine you'll be able to buy armor unless you unlock it by leveling up your character. It would just make fights go on for way too long in the early game. The game can't be too punishing either, so if you find money or gain experience in the raid, you would come out with it even if you die. I think loadouts will be presented the same ways they've always been in Call of Duty, where you use the gunsmith menus to put together your class, but not everything will be available right away. I feel like it would be presented like Ghost Recon, where you have to find the guns you want to use, and once they are found in raid, they're either available to buy with your in-game currency from successful extracts and looting, but it wouldn't be a fixed location for each gun like Ghost Recon. It would be a randomized weapon. Once you find it, you've unlocked it, and you can take it out of the raid and it will say you have X number of said gun available to use. You could always buy the gun once unlocked in the gunsmith menus as well. If you die in a raid, you would lose that loadout, and I doubt they'll add backpacks so someone can scoop up every bit of your loot. More likely you'll just have whatever you can carry with limitations of X amount of lootable amounts of grenades and guns, etc. If they do add backpacks, they'll likely be a part of your loadout, or a one-size-fits-all operators type of thing, for ease of the menus and making it so the life of the game is a little more extended. The problem with early game Tarkov has always been it's over too quickly, and by limiting how much players can take out of a raid, it would mean they can't get a significant leap ahead of other players. This is because undergeared players will likely be coming and going super frequently, as this is COD, which has a much broader range of players from casuals right through to the full-time grinders than a dedicated player base that Tarkov has. When you get into a raid, I feel like everyone would start with just a handgun and a basic med. Handguns wouldn't cost you anything though. You'd always have access to the first gun for free, so it doesn't rely on in-game currency to keep you in the game. The med would likely be a stim shot, just like you'd always have in COD. But you'd have to buy them or find them. It wouldn't regenerate the same way it does in regular COD. In this mode, you would load into a raid, a big map, and this could possibly tie into Warzone 2. They could use the same map as Warzone 2, especially if they feel like they're upping everything about Warzone, but it would have timed spawn locations on a server that lasts a certain amount of hours, similar to what Cycle Frontier has done with their raid system, so that players are constantly cycling in and out of a 6-hour server as an example. This version of the map would have lootable items and weapon crates and possible in-game NPCs where you could get bounties or missions from. They could do traders similar to Tarkov, like out of raid, but I feel like they would be very simplified, mostly there to deliver narrative and missions. Doing it in a raid would be a little different and generate more reasons to actually go into a raid and explore. I definitely think this mode benefits immediately from dailies and weeklies, kill X players or collect X items, and I can't see it being much more detailed than that even for the main missions. I really feel like if they make it so the mission is the same every time you play in this mode, it will get boring very quickly. Collect X data drives to extract in 2042 is literally all you can do, and it doesn't add a lot to the game. A variety of fetch or extract missions and kill quests with X weapons would keep people invested. Perks would also be unlockable by leveling instead of the skill system that Tarkov has, so it would basically incorporate everything the player base knows about Call of Duty, but it would give it a unique playstyle. The last thing I want to speculate on, that is probably more of a wish of mine, is that this mode leads to a fully realized game of its own. This could just be Activision testing the waters for a future game. I actually think making a Call of Duty title would make the player base pretty mad, So my proposal would be to use Raven Software to bring back their game Soldier of Fortune as a raid-based MMORPG FPS with really tactical gameplay, advanced movement, and realistic weapons. Because it's only a matter of time before someone tries to do exactly what Tarkov is doing, right down to its every last detail. Bring it back with a single player / co-op campaign. All side quests would be done in raids with PvP, a multiplayer arena, and full mod support. It would and could really appeal to a wide audience of people, from the most hardcore milsim types to the Call of Duty fan who still only plays the multiplayer. What do you think the DMZ mode will be? Do you think they'll get really detailed, or is it just going to be another hazard zone? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching everyone, I'm Warchild. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike. Sub to help grow my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.